Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Good morning. With you, Dr. Fatma Ahmed, chemistry teacher in AMS School, Modern School in Molarity Al region. Welcome. Today we will discuss the first part or part one of the revision and the secondary one, which is directed to the students of secondary 2. This revision will we'll discuss the content of all the secondary one curriculum, first term and second term, because these concepts which is studied in the previous year, all of them are very, very important and considered as basics for the chemistry knowledge, which is very important for the next year, inshallah, secondary 3. So, in this first part, we will discuss quickly the first 4 units, which is taken in the previous year, because these 4 units taken in details, and the student was examined in these informations and make researches in them. But the 4th unit will be nuclear chemistry. This will be discussed in details in the part 2 of the lecture. The content of the chemistry for secondary 1 include 5 units. The first unit, chemistry, is the central science. The second unit, quantitative chemistry. Third unit, solutions, acids and bases. Fourth unit, thermochemistry, and fifth unit is the nuclear chemistry. Chemistry is the central of science. It is the fact, and in the first unit, the book or the curriculum discuss how the chemistry is the center of all sciences, and the relationship between chemistry and other physical sciences like biology, physics, geology, medicines, and other sciences. In the first unit, we took and studied some important definition, like is the definition of science, what is the science, what is the chemistry, what is the biology, what is the biochemistry and physical chemistry, medicines. Then transfer to another topic which is very important and the most modern branch of the chemistry, which has great value in the development of the world, which is nanochemistry. This nanochemistry, it is the science that is interested in discovering and forming new substances with extraordinary properties that may be used for improving a various fields to provide numerous human needs. This means what? This means when the substance is divided to very small particles with very small size, which is called Nano Scale or nano size. The character or properties of the substance is changed to another, or which is called extraordinary properties. This is very required or highly required by the human, because it is or they are provide the human needs. So the nanochemistry is developed, and the substance are varied according to the nano measurements. In this unit also, the students study the measurement, what is the meaning of measurement, and what is the tools of measurements, what is the reference value. Measurement, it is the comparison between unknown quantity with another known quantity of the same kind, in order to know the number of times which the unknown includes known quantity. Then take what is the meaning of reference value, which is found, or we can find it in many lab reports to compare between this reference value and the resulted value of the analysis to be sure if the patient is normal or no, healthy, normal or no. Other important definitions like titration, pH value, what is the meaning also of nanoscale, and what is the critical nanoscale? It is the volume at which the characters or properties of the substance is changed to unique properties and extraordinary properties. This is a period less than 100 nanometer. Then the definition of nanotechnology. What is the meaning of technology, which is the application of knowledge in a certain field, the classification of substance according to their dimensions in nanoscale, one-dimensional nano substance, which has one dimension only in nanoscale, a two-dimensional nano substance, these substances which have two dimensions in nanoscale, and three-dimensional nano substance. This is substance which have three nano dimensions. And in the previous year, we take many application of the using nanotechnology. Then the second unit, which is quantitative chemistry, it is very important because it is the numerical study of the chemistry or the translation of the chemistry in the number form. And this is it is the base or basic knowledge for the secondary 3 chemistry. In the beginning of this unit, the student take what is the meaning of chemical equation, revise what is the meaning of atom, molecule, what is the meaning of molar mass and molecular mass. Then he take a new expression or new definition, which is Avogadro's number. It is the number of molecules, atoms, or ions, or formula units which are found in 1 mole of substance. Then the definition of mole, what is the mole, which it is the amount of substance that contains Avogadro number of particles. And study the Avogadro postulate and Avogadro's law, which is related to study of gases and its volume according to its number of, or their number of moles. What is the meaning of gas is mole? Law of definite proportions. What is the limiting reactant? What is how to calculate mass percentage? How to calculate empirical formula or write empirical formula and molecular formula. What is the meaning of theoretical yield and how to calculate it, and what is the meaning of actual yield and how to calculate it. Then transfer to Unit 3, which discuss solutions, acids, and base, and the mixture, how it is classified to solutions, suspensions, and colloids, and what is the difference between them in homogeneity, in particle size, and the ability to distinguish it or observe it by naked eye or by electron microscope, or cannot be observed. What is the meaning of solvent, solute? What is the meaning of electronegativity? This is all the expression from the prep too. What is the meaning of polar bond? What is the meaning of polar molecule, polar compound? Then discuss what is the meaning of electrolytes. Electrolytes, this means the solutions or moltens which conduct electricity with good manner, while the non-electrolytes are the opposite. It is the or they are the substances or solutions of moltens that cannot conduct electric current because The first one, electrolytes have free ions to move and transfer the electric current, while the non-electrolytes don't have free ions to move and transfer the electric current. And then we discuss the difference between strong electrolytes, which is completely ionized, and the weak electrolytes, which is partially ionized. What is the meaning of completely ionized? This means all molecules of the substance are converted to ions or free ions when dissolved in a water, while the completely ionized, which means a small part of the molecules are ionized and the other parts become or remain intact, not dissociated or ionized. Then we discuss what is the meaning of unsaturated solutions, saturated solutions, supersaturated solutions, what is the meaning of dissolving process, and what is the meaning of solubility, what is the meaning of concentrated solution or diluted solution. Then we will take mathematical relationship to calculate mass percentage of solution and volume percentage of solution, and how to calculate the concentration of substance or the concentration of solution by knowing the mass or volume of solid and mass or volume of the solution or solvent. Then we took the most important expressions, which is molarity, the most used unit or the most used form to express the concentration of solutions, and take the molarity and study the difference between them and how to calculate one of them. After that, we transfer to the colligative or collective properties of the solution. These properties not depend on the type of particles, but depend on the number of these particles only. No, not important its type, like vapor pressure, boiling point, natural boiling point, measured boiling point. Then transfer to study the suspension and the difference between it and the solution, and what is electrolytes and what is the difference between them and suspensions and solutions. What is the meaning of dispersed phase, dispersion medium, and study the Tyndall's phenomena. After that, the students transfer to study the definition of the difference of acid and base, the difference between them, according to Ahim's theory and according to Bronsted-Lowry theory, and finally according to Lewis theory. And the student understand the concept of proton donor, proton acceptor, what will occur when the substance dissolves in water, when this substance is an acid or a base. Also, what is the meaning of neutralization reaction, which is the reaction between acid and base to produce salt and water. And according to Bronsted-Lowry, the student study what is the meaning of conjugated base and conjugated acid, and how he can conclude the formula of conjugated base and conjugated acid. Finally, according to Lewis theory, the student study what is the meaning of electron pair donor and what is the meaning of electron pair acceptor, which of them is acid, which of them is base, what is the strong acids, which is completely ionized in water, and what is the weak acids, which are incompletely ionized in water, and what is the organic acids, which come from the organic or organs of the living organism, but from the chemical point of view, it is the acids which contain the carboxyl group. So it is called organic acids, and differs between organic acids and mineral acids according to their ionization. Mineral acids mainly completely ionized, so it forms strong electrolytes, while the organic acid it's partially ionized, so it is considered weakly or weak electrolytes. Then how to express the basicity of acid according to the number of protons which is produced when dissolved in water. So there is monobasic acid, dibasic acid, tribasic acid, and what is the meaning of strong base, which is completely ionized when it is dissolved in water. Weak bases, which is completely ionized in water. And what is the difference between alkali and base? Alkali, it is the base that dissolves in water and gives hydroxide ion. So the alkali, it's a group or division of the base. The base is the most common, but alkali, it is a special group of bases because it is dissolved in water and produce hydroxide ion. Then transfer to study to the indicator and what is the importance of indicators and definition of indicators. These indicators are weak organic acids and bases, which color or their color change according to the type of solution. If the solution is base or acid or neutral, these indicators takes different color in these different medium. Other expressions which is bounded to the using of indicator, it is the pH or hydrogen exponent, which is used to express the acidity or basicity of the solution. And what is the meaning of neutralization port or endpoint, which is important in the neutralization reaction processes. This is the end of the first term. The second term, the students takes only one unit, which is thermochemistry, which discuss or study the relationship between energy or the change in energy and the chemical reaction, or during the chemical reaction, or even physical change. So in this thermochemistry, the students study the law of conservation of energy, which is very important because it is control all the calculation and all the prediction for the changes in the energy during the chemical and physical change. And upon this law, we can put many laws and many equations to calculate the amount of heat needed to complete any chemical reaction or to form a certain compound and so on. All of these importance are studied in this unit in the previous year. So the students define the law of conservation of energy as the energy in any physical or chemical change can be neither created nor destroyed, but it is transformed from one form to another. And then the expression of thermodynamics, which it is the science that deals with the study of energy and how it transfers. Thermochemistry, which is the title of this unit, it is the science that is concerned with the heat changes that accompany the chemical change or physical change. What is the system? What is the surrounding? What is the meaning of open system, closed system, and isolated system? What is the first law of thermodynamics, which states that the total energy of an isolated system is constant, even the system is changed from one state to another. And then take the temperature definition, which is the measurement of the average kinetic energy of matter molecules, and it is an indication for the hotness and coldness of an object. And the unit which is used to measure the heat content, two units, calorie and joule, and the definition of each of them, and how to convert from one unit to another. What is the meaning of specific heat for any substance? What is the meaning of exothermic reaction, which release energy during the chemical reaction, and the opposite reaction, which is endothermic reactions, which needs or absorb heat to start the chemical reaction and complete it. What is the thermochemical equation, and what is the bond energy, what is the heat of solution, what is the standard heat of solution, and what is the difference between these expressions. What is the meaning of molar heat of solution and hydration, hydration energy, standard heat of dilution, combustion, and what is the heat of combustion and how to calculate this heat of combustion. This law states that the heat of reaction is constant amount instead, or is a constant amount in standard conditions, whether the reaction took place in one step or a number of steps. This is the end of the part 1 revision for the secondary 1 chemistry curriculum. In the part 2 of this revision, we will discuss the nuclear chemistry with some details, because this part is very important, and also this part not taken in the previous year. Thank you for attention, and goodbye.